What's up, guys? Welcome back to the That's Sowdev podcast. My name is Dev. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate you. Y'all know we have some tea to get into. It's 2024, and we living it up. Okay, bitch? Now, before we get into this tea, make sure you go ahead and follow me at That's Sowdev on Twitter, Instagram, and literally everywhere else. Okay, child? Especially you two, because we kind of popping. Now, Fifth Harmony. We're back, bitch. So we're going to interrupt this regularly scheduled programming BS to talk about some things that are current in the Fifth Harmony universe or whatever. Bitch, now, here's what I want to talk about. Because one thing about y'all are going to hold on to Epic Records for dear life. Because nothing else will make sense in regards to the Fifth Harmony girls, because the way that each of them move, it's so out of the norm that people, they need to make sense of why they're moving that way. But please also understand, lack of comprehension is a heavy issue on Twitter, okay? In social media in general, motherfucker, okay? So let's start there. Because no! Okay, look, I'm gonna get straight to the motherfucking point. Why is it that y'all are hanging on to the fact that you believe that Epic Records is holding these girls from releasing their albums? Now look, I know. What else could it possibly be? I don't know. Epic Records still to this day. Let it go, baby. Let it go. Let it go. Epic Records is not holding these girls back from releasing their debut albums. Okay? Have we ever actually considered the fact that maybe they're just not ready to release their debut albums yet? I've chatted with you guys several times on this Keeping Up with Fifth Harmony segment on the That's Sowdev podcast. Several times we have discussed what the girls have been through. And this is where the comprehension really has to come into play. Guys, of course, we have a lot to blame Epic for. And I do mean a lot. And even saying a lot is an understatement, bitch. We all know that. But at this point in time, they're not holding anything over their heads that's directly affecting them in their solo careers, specifically. These girls were worked to the bone. These girls were drained. Socially, emotionally, physically, every which way. They're tired. They don't want to be overexposed. Each of these things we have discussed in a different podcast, even with just this segment alone. They're exhausted. They have to figure out who they are again. And people think that because you were in a group, mind you, an entity that you have to fit yourself inside of and still try to showcase your entire being the best of your ability. People think because you're in a girl group, or group in general, that when you go solo, you have literally, like, you were a perfectly seasoned fucking turkey breast getting ready to be roasted for Thanksgiving. Like, literally, they really think that you just had the time to sit there and, like, baste the turkey, get all that fucking flavor in. Like, they really, truly fucking believe that. And that's not reality. A lot of these girls lose heavy portions of themselves, of their talents, whatever. You have girls that have been told they sing with too much soul to a point to where it is trauma for them. To where they'll probably go into the studio and probably move different because of that trauma. Because that's now created voices in their heads. And they have to unpeel back all of those layers. All of them. And start over from scratch. Burn all that shit down and figure out who they are outside of this entity that they've had to fit themselves into. They couldn't just be. Re-listen to every podcast that I've talked about. There was no control in any sort of aspect. So when they stepped into the space of being able to actually have control, girl, yes, we begin to see them glow. Glow more than we've seen them probably ever. Look at Dinah look when she smiled, how she shining. Look at Lauren, the glow in her skin. Look at Normani, the melanin is shining, bitch. You know what I mean? Body on motherfucking point. Come on, Miss Ali. Look at her. She's just living her best life. Come on. The girls are living their best life. Over there, look at even fucking Camila. Everybody is just thriving right now because they've had the time to really step back into their own shoes and walk their own path and then come back together. And that's why Dinah's saying baby steps to a reunion, because when you really look at it, each person really does have something that they have to heal from overall, but also individually. And people just aren't comprehending the impact of Fifth Harmony. And I think a lot of that is because no one knows their story. No one knows their story. They just know Fifth Harmony to be the messy girl group that the label probably didn't, give enough. And it's not that simple. And I've said it on previous podcasts, specifically the Fifth Harmony segment, that them telling their story would help so many people. It would heal so many people. It would help so many people navigate in this industry. It would bring a better understanding for the group. A group that is cemented in pop culture, that can't be forgotten, that doesn't even go a day on social media without being mentioned in any capacity. I promise you, every 2 to 3 business days, there is a viral Fifth Harmony tweet going around. And which aspect of it. And I hate it because you see that video of Lauren on the carpet so stressed out. You know what I mean? The environment that they were put into caused these reactions. The people they were surrounded by, with them not being hopefully comfortable, that is the result. That is the result of several things going on around them that are impacting them directly. We see that on a carpet. We see that on a stage. We see that in all these scenarios that they get dragged for, but nobody actually steps back and is like, whoa, these were abused humans who literally were contracted to fulfill these duties. And now we're making fun of them as they do these duties that they don't have the energy for. They're crying on stages. Hello? That video of Lauren, she's literally like having a panic attack. At that point, it was much bigger than that little video. And Lauren knows that. She's not going to explain herself. She's healed from that. She doesn't walk carpets the same. Things are different. So, it's just that, again, telling Fifth Harmony's story would do so much. And I know Lauren laughed about it and was kind of like, that's kind of one of those things that, when people get old and they need to make money and they end up doing that stuff, like, that is what they do. Yes, but like also no. They would probably do that. Actually, I would say yes, but I would also say no. Because I feel like that question was tackled from a point of drama more so than a point of, okay, well, this could be something that actually could be helpful to other people, to other women, to other groups. Fifth Harmony is a success story about an industry that's actively against girl groups, and despite that, they thrived. They see girl groups as an expense rather than an investment. You have 5 individual artists who have come together to make music. You invest in all of them, you'll get 5 solo artists. Your return will be bigger than your investment, which is crazy to me, because if I'm a label and I get somebody like Fifth Harmony, Little Mix in One Direction, I'm investing every ounce of my being into this group and individually, because when the time does come that everybody wants to do their own thing, then we have each of these individual artists that we have invested in over time. We've helped them build a platform, and now we are seeing the return that we want. And they're just not investing in artists. Even when they did invest in Fifth Harmony and they fought for what they deserved, you see the outcome. They fought for Work From Home. Look what Work From Home did. They wanted to get Fetty Wap on the song. They wanted to have writing credits on All In My Head, and thankfully they even got that. So, hello. And the funny thing about it is, all of this was brought up by Lauren announcing that her debut album will be coming out this year in 2024. And everybody was kind of like, oh, the girls are free, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, free from what? But, like, free from what? Because they've been free from Fifth Harmony for a while. Since 2018, baby. Okay? They have been free since then. They may not have been getting paid since then. Okay? And again, my theory is that because we know the girls got the brand name transferred over to them. So my theory is that the girls lost whatever income they were making from their music whenever they left the group, because it's seeming like that was some sort of compensation, because it wouldn't make any sense why they owned the brand name, right, while they were in the group, and then they leave, they leave Fifth Harmony behind, they go on hiatus, and now all of a sudden they don't have that money that they were getting, even that little $5,000 a month or whatever, right? That's interesting to me. So yes, my theory very much is that money needed to go to Epic. If they wanted to leave that group behind, Epic needed to be able to check all that money in. It had to. Ali says she don't know what happened, and I wonder if that is the case, that she doesn't actually know what happened, but who the fuck knows, to be honest with you. That is my theory, okay? Anyway, with that being said, getting on track about what I'm talking about, this started off with Lauren releasing her debut album. The girls are not being released from anything. The girls are on their own solo paths right now. They have their each individual lane, whether it's label, independent, blah, 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 blah. Lauren is independent. She could release an album tomorrow if she fucking wanted to. But that's not what she wanted. That wasn't her vision. That wasn't her goal. Y'all have to let go of the fact that Epic Records are holding these girls back and really start seeing it for what it is. But what's so interesting to me is that, I've been paying attention to being a stan on social media and on Twitter specifically, because if you're listening to this, you were obviously on Twitter during like the Glory Stan days. Legitimately. And especially the time 2012 to 2016, that was an insane time to be a fan. But after 2016, there was an extreme drop, and you could really tell that during the Fifth Harmony by Fifth Harmony, written by Fifth Harmony era. Okay, bitch? So you could definitely tell the decrease in the stan Twitter, especially even to the point of the VMAs voting, because they tried to put it on Snapchat and that bitch didn't work. I guarantee you they just picked whoever the fuck they wanted to for that one. Anywho, it's not the same thing as it was before. It's so much more chaotic and negative, and it's so less structured, and there's way more dragging. Like, there was not this amount of dragging and hate and everything, although there were obviously your stan Twitter shits, your basic shits was still there, the generals were still there, but the intensity, and I know it's not just me, it's to the point to where a bitch don't even want to get on the app. Like, It's so exhausting. Everyone is so exhausting. Everything is so exhausting. You know, the silver lining to it all was Fifth Harmony. I specifically created a Stan account with Fifth Harmony, and I promise y'all, I didn't see any negativity just because I curated the entire Twitter profile to simply just being, well, only Fifth Harmony. No haters, no nothing. I didn't entertain comments and nothing, y'all. So it's quite interesting to me, okay? It's very interesting to me. Make it make sense. I need it. Look, bottom line here, them Fifth Harmony girls is gonna release them albums when they fucking feel like it. That's that. Nobody is holding them up. Nothing. Okay, y'all. I had to come on here and I had to talk about it because, you know, I have a plan. I have exactly the arrangement for each episode, what I'm going to talk about, and I have it all. But I had to come on here and do a little Brent rant because I'm not really sure, like, and again, I told somebody, I was like, look, people who are simple-minded look for the simplest solution. And what is the simplest solution to Fifth Harmony's problems? Well, I shouldn't say the solution to their problems, but, well, what's the solution to finding the root? The root would be Epic Records. So a simple mind would be like, oh, they're having trouble? Well, Epic Records did it. Literally, like, there's nothing going on in some of these bitches' brains. The first thing you think of is motherfucking Epic. No. Girl, they have a whole batch of issues after Epic that nobody's even talking about. Because Lauren literally just came from a fucking label that was giving her nothing. And it was to the point to where the label was just kind of like, we want you to be a certain way. You don't want to be that way. So if you don't want to be that way, we're fine to cut ties. Have a good day. And that was that. And I know it's not clean cut as simple as that, but she got out of Columbia Records way easier than they got out of Epic Records. So it's quite interesting to me. I wonder if that was actually in the clause of her, in her contract. You know, if we don't align with agreement, then we can part ways amicably. So, like, it was quite interesting to me after she had left. I was like, oh, okay, come on now, bitch. Now, you know, Allie and Atlantic Records were doomed from the start. I never saw that working out, but I saw them being able to give her a platform, and they did. But she didn't sustain that platform, unfortunately. For whatever reason, 9 times out of 10, it is exactly the reason that Normani has been missing with no album. Lauren went missing with no album. Dinah went missing. Everybody has taken a similar path, and you have to wonder why. Well, just saying, girl. You got to give these girls grace and the space to grow and step into their own. Like, imagine you have to find yourself in your 20s and early 20s and, you know, early teens to start off with, but into your 20s and you've lost your identity, and like everybody's trying to tell you who you are or who you should be. And I just could not imagine that under a microscope in this industry. Like, that just sounds so distressing to me. I would want to fucking hide away until I knew for sure who the fuck I was, because I'm sure at some point it probably gets hard to drown the noise of everybody. These are human beings. These are teenagers who were thrown into fame overnight. These aren't people who were professionally trained to be put in the positions that they are. No, these are teenage girls who were traumatized and abused by an industry full of predators, in an industry that is already against them. Embarrassing. The industry has to do better. I am hopeful, but also at the same time I'm not. Because look how long this shit has been going on. And it's kind of like a Grammy situation. It's like, until the people who actually do have power say something, and I know a lot of the artists feel like they don't have power because even some of your biggest artists still have another label. It's like, girl, wait, now hold on. Now hold the fuck on. What's tea? It's interesting because there are so many people who have the power to speak out and to bring people on the side of artistry. I'm not understanding. We sat here and we watched an actor strike. Imagine a music strike. Imagine the music industry went on strike. All the shit would fucking fall. All of the shit would fucking fall. All of it. Every last ounce. There ain't no radio. There ain't no shit playing in your stores. There ain't no CDs coming out. There ain't gonna be no albums dropping on Thursday. No singles dropping on Thursday. You know how many songs actually drop? Imagine if the industry paused. Just imagine. Imagine if the industry had a strike the way that the actor strike was. Do you know how insane that would be? We just need people to speak the fuck up. When is it gonna start? I have no clue. But a lot of it would help in a lot of cases, especially where Fifth Harmony doesn't get paid. They're getting billions of streams, and that's going to somebody, and it's not them. So what the fuck are they gonna do? Well, I will get more off a podcast than a bitch would off her song. And that's crazy. That's crazy. It is. Very truly. So, something gotta give. But it ain't Epic. Epic's not doing this, and Epic is not giving. Well, two things can be true at once, bitch. Just saying. Anywho. Y'all, I'm really wrapping this up. I don't have too much really left to say. I just came on here to give a quick little rant. This is our Keeping Up with Harmony session for this week. Y'all know it's every 2 weeks. And it ain't gonna be late, okay? So, y'all, please, let it go. Epic Records is not at the root of these current issues right now. In regards to solo careers, they're not holding them back. Please just accept the fact that the girls are doing what the fuck they want to do. They are. Honestly, I would say the only person that's probably not doing entirely what the fuck they want to do is Normani. And the reason why Normani's the only person that's really in something contracted enough to keep her silent. Well, it's very true. It's very true. And not in a way that would like, oh, I have no choice but to stay silent. They're like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's the stronghold of a label, but also your best interest and also your brand's best interest. So you're contracted to stay fucking quiet. Anywho, y'all, I do appreciate you for listening to this podcast because we obviously have a lot to get into in regards to Fifth Harmony. I know people may not think about it, but girl, every time a different topic of something comes up and it's like, damn, they really went through hell. Like, to say hell is an understatement. But girl, we're going to dive into this shit and we're going to uncover it because nobody is talking about Fifth Harmony's story, but we're going to talk about it. All right, bitch. No, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Girl, this ain't YouTube. Be so fucking for real. Thank you so much for listening to the That's So Dev podcast where you stay true and stay you, boo. I appreciate you. Iconic, isn't it? Now, make sure you go ahead and drink some water, eat some food, take care of yourself, relax, enjoy your day, live in the moment, be present, okay? Give someone a smile today. It's probably going to turn their day around. You never fucking know, bitch, okay? Now, yeah, I'm hopping off here for real. I appreciate you, and have a good one. I'm out here. Peace.